Good morning. Today we're going to read a story about Chrysanthemum. She's a little mouse who was named after a flower because there is a flower called chrysanthemum, just like there's a flower called rose, and some people's names are Rose. And there is a piper in a band, and some people are named Piper. So your name can have multiple meanings. This is Chrysanthemum. Let's see what happens with Chrysanthemum. The author and the illustrator is Kevin Hanks. The day she was born was the happiest day in her parents' lives. "She's perfect," said her mother. "Absolutely," said her father. And she was. She was absolutely perfect. Her name must be everything she is. Her name must be absolutely perfect. And it was. Chrysanthemum. Her parents named her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum grew and grew. And when she was old enough to appreciate it, Chrysanthemum loved her name. She loved the way it sounded when her mother woke her up. She loved the way it sounded when her father called her for dinner. And she loved the way it sounded when she whispered it to herself in the bathroom mirror. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum loved the way her name looked when it was written with ink on an envelope. She loved the way it looked when it was written with icing on her birthday cake. And she loved the way it looked when she wrote it herself with her fat orange crayon. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. It's a pretty long name. Chrysanthemum thought her name was absolutely perfect. And then she started school. On the first day, Chrysanthemum wore her sunniest dress and her brightest smile. She ran all the way. "Hooray!" said Chrysanthemum. "School!" But when Miss Chud took roll call, everyone giggled upon hearing Chrysanthemum's name. Dawn, Eve, Lois, Owl, Les, Kay, Max, Sue, Bill, Pat, Tom, Sam, Ken, Joe, Rita, Victoria, Chrysanthemum. I wonder why they giggled. That wasn't very nice. Her name is beautiful. "It's too long," said Joe. "It scarcely fits on your name tag," said Rita. "I'm named after my grandmother," Victoria said. "You're named after a flower." Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Mrs. Chud that Chrysanthemum's name was spelled with 13 letters. That's exactly half as many letters that are in the entire alphabet. "Thank you for sharing with us, Victoria," said Mrs. Chud. "Now put your head down." "If I had a name like yours, I'd change it," Victoria said, as the students lined up to go home. "Oh, I wish I could," thought Chrysanthemum miserably. "Welcome home," said her mother. "Welcome home," said her father. Oh no, look at Chrysanthemum. Do you think she's feeling excited to tell her parents about her day? "Oh, school is no place for me. My name is too long. It scarcely fits on my name tag. And I'm named after a flower." "Oh, pish," said her mother. "Your name is beautiful." "And precious and priceless and fascinating and winsome," said her father. "It's everything you are," said her mother. "Absolutely perfect," said her father. Chrysanthemum felt much better after her favorite dinner, which was macaroni and cheese with ketchup. Ew! And an evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. That's the game they're playing right here. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that her name was Jane. It was an extremely pleasant dream. The next morning, Chrysanthemum wore her most comfortable jumper. She walked to school as slowly as she could. I wonder why she's walking slow. She dragged her feet in the dirt. "Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum," she wrote. "She even looks like a flower," said Victoria, as Chrysanthemum entered the playground. "Let's pick her," said Rita. "Let's smell her," said Joe. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. Is it nice of these girls to be picking on her that way? It's not very nice. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and said, "A chrysanthemum is a flower. It lives in a garden with worms and other dirty things." "Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria. Now put your head down." "I just cannot believe your name," Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. "Neither can I," thought Chrysanthemum. "Welcome home," said her father. "Welcome home," said her father. "School is no place for me. They said I even look like a flower. They pretended to pick me and smell me." That's very sad. She's feeling very, very sad. I wonder how we can make her feel better. "Oh, pish," said her mother. "They're just jealous and envious and begrudging and discontented and jaundiced," said her father. "Who wouldn't be jealous of a name like yours?" said her mother. "After all, it's absolutely perfect," said her father. Chrysanthemum felt a trifle better after her favorite dessert, chocolate cake with buttercream frosting. My favorite dessert, too. And another evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that she really was a chrysanthemum. She sprouted leaves and petals. Victoria picked her and plucked the leaves and petals one by one until there was nothing left but a scrawny stem. Oh, that's a terrible dream. It was the worst nightmare of Chrysanthemum's life. Chrysanthemum wore her outfit with 7 pockets the next morning. She loaded the pockets with her most prized possessions and her good luck charms. Chrysanthemum took the longest route possible to school. She stopped and stared at each and every flower. "Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum," all the flowers seemed to say. My pages are stuck together. That morning, the students were introduced to Mrs. Twinkle, the music teacher. Her voice was like something out of a dream and was everything else about her. The students were speechless. They thought Mrs. Twinkle was an indescribable wonder. They went out of their way to make a nice impression. Mrs. Twinkle led the students in scales. Then she assigned roles for the class musical. Victoria was chosen as the dainty fairy queen. Rita was chosen as the spiffy butterfly. Joe was chosen as the all-important pixie messenger. And Chrysanthemum was chosen as a daisy. A daisy is another type of flower. Chrysanthemum's a daisy? Chrysanthemum's a daisy! Oh, poor Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. These girls just won't leave her alone. "What is so humorous?" asked Mrs. Twinkle. "Chrysanthemum," was the answer. "Her name is so long," said Joe. "It scarcely fits on her name tag," said Rita. "I'm named after my grandmother," said Victoria, "but she's named after a flower." I don't like the way they're treating Chrysanthemum. "Well, my name is long," said Mrs. Twinkle. "It is?" said Joe. "My name would scarcely fit on a name tag," said Mrs. Twinkle. "It would?" said Victoria. "Yes," said Mrs. Twinkle. "My name is Delphinium. Delphinium Twinkle. And if my baby is a girl, I'm considering Chrysanthemum as a name. I think it's absolutely perfect." I'm so excited. How do you think Chrysanthemum feels now? Somebody who likes her name and might name their baby after her? Oh my goodness, let's see. Chrysanthemum could scarcely believe her ears. She blushed She beamed, she bloomed. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Joe, Rita, and Victoria looked at Chrysanthemum longingly. Oh, well, you should call me Marigold, said Joe. I'm going to be Carnation, said Rita. And my name is Lily of the Valley, said Victoria. These are all flower names, too. Now they want to be like Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She knew it was. The end. What a fabulous story. Now, I know it's a really long story, but one thing you can do, too, is go on YouTube, and you can look up Chrysanthemum, and there will probably be a video, because there are videos by Scholastic, of Chrysanthemum. So if you want to watch the movie after you read the book, you should always read the book first. It's always best to read the book, then watch the movie. So read the book first, and then if you want to, go on YouTube, and you can find the story. Oh, how fun. How fun. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope that you love your name, just like Chrysanthemum loved her name in the end. Please don't let other people make you feel bad for who you are. You be you. Always be you. I want you to have a great day being you. I'll see you later. Bye.